Okay, so this is not a Let's Play. Um, this is, actually Todayx10 agenda. I am finally gonna do my current specifically top 10 RPG Maker games that I could come up with. RPG Maker games. While we do some grinding in one of the best RPG Maker games. Okay, and then if we have another point that comes up somewhere throughout here that's kind of like a theme, then I'll add it to the agenda. This is just what my background is. For a visual, while I go run through my top 10. So I did not put my top 10 in order. I just scrolled through my folder of RPG Maker games and picked the 10 that I enjoyed the most, that I've played multiple times, or that I just played and loved. So, that's, excuse me while I, I'm too into this game. I love this game. It's on my top 10, but we're doing these alphabetical because I could not pick an order. I tried for a couple minutes and I was just like, no, they're just gonna go alphabetical. So the first one that I have alphabetically is Alice Mare. I did do a Let's Play of Alice Mare. That's just a fantastic game. It's, again, we're in that Alice in Wonderland theme, and it cannot be overdone. It's just everything that is Alice in Wonderland themed is just spectacular, and it should be continued to be done again and again. It's just every time. I think I've only seen one thing that was mediocre that was Alice in Wonderland themed, but it was just really well done. I really enjoyed a lot of the art. It just had creative puzzles. We had riddles, which I'm not a huge fan of, especially in a game, because after you've solved it once, you know, there's not really much else that you can do, but it is a pretty solid game that I've played it at least a couple times. There are different endings, different just paths that you can choose to go through with each character. So Alice Mare is my first pick. The second game that I decided to roll with was Backstage. I really enjoyed playing that game. I played it through twice. The only reason I don't like replaying it is that I hate the last level boss. That last boss, I hate him that much. As it was probably showcased in my Let's Play. I did do a Let's Play of Backstage as well. Video Games and Tea did a Let's Play of Corpse Party, which I might do another run of myself. Oops, that hurt. That hurt a lot. Just because we only did one of the endings, and I really wouldn't mind running through another ending, probably the best ending, because we did just mediocre ending, which, you know, it showcased the game. It's a spectacular game. I loved Corpse Party, and it's just another just solid game. So what's... Oh, the next one that I put on my list is Heartache 101, just because I lost so many hours of my life to that game, especially the first time that I played it through. I played it through several times, like right in a row. I think I downloaded the game over break, one like years ago, and I just played it a bunch. I don't remember how many times. I think I played it 2 or 3 times in a row, like full playthroughs, where the next 2 runs were probably the 101 day runs, or you know, it's just or 150, whatever. You get the picture. I played the game through a time or 2. I think there's only, I don't remember. I'll run through it again during the Let's Play. I'm Let's Playing that game as well. And another game that I've Let's Played, and is on my top 10, is Ib. It was just another really solid game, just well done. I loved the art, and the fact that it was about art. We're stationed in a gallery. It's another one that I decided to take that one specifically, or ideas of that one, and a combination of some other things, books and movies and things like that, in one of the levels of my own game. So that it was definitely just like a really solid game. I've played Ib through a few times already myself over the years. The first time that I played it, I downloaded it with a group of friends, and we all ran through it together. We just played on our own laptops in the same room, and talked about it as we went along. We would, if we were at the same part, we would read the text aloud. We do things like that, or we used to pretty often. I haven't done that in a little while because, you know, people move away, and you know, things get busy in life. But it's definitely something that I try to do as often as possible with other people. And we really enjoyed that game. I think we were able to get all 4 endings. Just having all 3 of us play, which is another advantage of running through games with other people, is that you can all pick a different path when you get to certain decisions. And many RPG Maker games, they don't give you the option to really have like too different of paths or too many different endings, but it was one that did have different endings. Not that they were... Oh, man. Really? That was so unfortunate. We're gonna go to title. I hate it when a character dies when you're just grinding. I hadn't been in that many fights, so it's really okay. I wasn't doing that well. Just grinding, so I don't know. I don't mind that much. This is why I usually do grinding on my own time, and I don't put it in the videos because I'm insane about it. I could just, especially in a game like this where there's stealing and stuff like that, I could just grind forever, and I'm really okay with it. Anyway, Ib was awesome, and I liked the different endings and things like that. It was very well done. My next pick is Lane's Horrible Adventure, of course. I did do a Let's Play of that one as well, and I enjoy that game every single time, every single second. It's just it's got the best of like funny, there's still creepy moments, it's got a great story, and it has so many different gameplay mechanics, and the art, it's just, you know, all around a good pick, which sometimes can be pretty difficult, but the person who made it really put something great together. So I always enjoy playing Lane's Horrible Adventure with new friends, or by myself as a Let's Play even. So that's one that might be on a top 10 of just video games that I've played. I just really enjoyed that game. Space Funeral is my next pick. Video Games and Tea did do a run of that. I was thinking of re-recording just as myself, which basically when we did that run the original time, it was pretty much just me talking anyway, but I did want to replay it just because we didn't really get into mystery as much, and some of like these other little extras that I replayed the game recently with a friend, and we just had a lot of fun with it. Which it's a fun, silly game anyway, but we just had an especially good time playing it the last time, and I was thinking of redoing that. Oh, and then the next one is, of course, this game, Undeniably Sexy, A Thief's Tale. Just the title is just phenomenal, and just props to the maker. Just this game is so incredibly long. I have not completed it myself, which I am just I'm missing something in my life for not having completed this game myself. So definitely something that I'm gonna invest some time into at some point. There's one specific part of the game that after I went through it, it was hard to continue playing, so it's been a slow process, and lately I haven't had as much time to do extra little things on the side, so it's just kind of how that's been going. Our next game that I put on the list was Wada Nahara and the Deep Blue Sea. That's one area of games where I haven't gotten into that group's games as much. As one of my friends, there's the Grey Garden, which I keep hearing, people keep suggesting to me, and I haven't gotten around to playing it yet myself. And I did play Mogeko Castle with my friend. Mogeko Castle is worth a run through, I will tell you that. So is Wada Nahara and the Deep Blue Sea. It was a very, it's cute. I love the art, and it's just a great story, well done, all around. You don't have to actually fight anything in that game, so if that's something that would bother you, just the enemies are kind of optional. It's mostly just for the story, and it does have a good story. So I would recommend Wada Nahara and the Deep Blue Sea and Mogeko Castle, which is quite a game. I recommend Mogeko Castle with a sideways glance, just because that game. And my 10th pick, which it was really like the second game that I thought of. The first one I thought of was kind of Ib and Lane's Horrible Adventure at the same time, but the second game that I thought of was Wine and Roses. That is, it's just a really awesome and different RPG Maker game. So I was thinking of actually using it as a background at some point, just because some of the battles in that game are just phenomenal. It's just like so well done, and I just like how different it is. That game is the opposite of Wada Nahara and the Deep Blue Sea, where it's all fighting. There's almost no story. You get like snippets between fights. Or not between fights, like during fights, you get snippets of the story, which is just not often done. You don't often fight a battle in an RPG Maker game and have story during it. So that was, like, just in itself really interesting. We do, like, my brother and I have this huge thing about, in New Age games, you can't check anything. We really miss that from games back in the day. It's just that, like, you could check stuff, and you got like a lot better sense of a character when you had their voice and just like their impression of things as they went around through the world and checked things out. And that's something that's really missing from games today. And that was one part of Wine and Roses that now Wine and Roses was one of those games. I died again. I think I'm gonna let it slide this time because it was just the baby eating ogre. Which if you haven't seen the Let's Play for this game, I'm sorry, go watch it. It will at least get you through enough to know who the baby eating ogre is. But it's yeah. New age games not having anything you could check, but that's also a downside of RPG Maker games, which it doesn't matter as much in an RPG Maker game because they're really short games in general, so you don't really need as much of a sense of the character for the story because they're usually shorter stories, and shorter stories have less plot development anyway, is just a course of it. That is something that does make an RPG Maker game stand out, is when you can check things. Just like even if it's a couple items in a room, like just being able to check things at all makes the difference sometimes. Oh, I was gonna say as a side note of Wine and Roses, it was a downfall in that game was that you couldn't check anything, but I think the person who made it only did it in like a week or two, so props to them for being able to tack together a phenomenal game, one of my favorites for RPG Maker, in that short of a time for one of the contests. So yeah, that's just... Oh, I'm probably gonna kill multiple characters at this point. I'm not paying attention. I probably won't even save this. So sad. Just wanted to get some levels for when I actually do the Let's Play. Let's kill the characters. I don't care. 4 turns. Yeah. So that is my top 10 though of RPG Maker games. It's just once again Alice Mare, Backstage, which a similar game I would probably say would be Schuld, which was originally a German game and they translated it to English for us silly only English speaking people. It's this country's fault. Corpse Party, which has gone on to become a pretty awesome series. I haven't played any of the other games, but I've heard good things, and I've really considered playing some of the other games. I can move my top 10 onto the screen, actually. I got a text message. Heartache 101, which, you know, it's just, you know, I put it on there because I spent an inordinate amount of time playing that game. Okay, I have to go in 10 minutes. Good thing this video is almost over. Ib, which everybody kind of would agree with me on that one. That's probably on a lot of people's top 10 for RPG Maker games. I mean, I'm sure the average person probably couldn't even put together 10 games that they had ever played. I've played an inordinate amount of RPG Maker games, though, in my time. Lane's Horrible Adventure. That's a great game. It's a great game, and you should watch me play it, and you should go play it yourself, and you should just, you know, revel in its amazingness. Space Funeral. Love that game. This game, awesome game, undeniably sexy, A Thief's Tale, which I've sadly not done a full run of. I've played through the beginning several times, because I kept having a friend come over. We'll only see each other on New Year's, really, and we always play a bunch of horror games. We used to play Resident Evil, probably did it like 6 years in a row, the first Resident Evil. We just speedrun it. And the last couple of years we've been doing RPG Maker games. So I've played this, I think, 2 or 3 years in a row where we just played the first like hour or two of it while we were trying to figure out something else to do. Wada Nahara on the Deep Blue Sea, which spectacular game makers, where they have a few other titles that I haven't played, but Mogeko Castle I did play, and that one was it's you know, one of those games that needs a maturity disclaimer, and some of the things that are said are just like, what? Wait, what? Where we would just stop and look at each other, my friend that I was playing it with, and I'd just be like, what? Why? What? Just... And Wine and Roses, which was a phenomenal game. If I am sitting there bored on my computer, just like what am I gonna do? Sometimes I just accidentally open it, and I've been playing it for an hour, and oops, I really just loved that game. I appreciated the concept art for each of the characters that you fight, and just like the dialogue that goes between the characters as some of the battles progress is just really interesting. The item scheme, just lots of solid stuff in all of these games. So gameplay mechanics that were just like out there and different. No other game like it, and it's an RPG Maker game where a lot of people wouldn't expect, you know, someone to be able to like tack this together like in the comfort of their own home on their laptop. Like these games, like, people did a really good job with these. So yeah, I think that's my piece for today. So I guess we'll pull up the agenda one more time. Side by side notepads, not full screening you. Yeah, so that's my summary of my current top 10 RPG Maker games. I guess that's probably where I'll cut us off today. So good show. More later.